Well, hi there, my good and wonderful listeners from around the world. You are welcome in this space with me. I thank you, and you are also welcome to come up on panels. If I forgot to put it in the no, I don't want to ask that. I just want to copy that. Yeah, copied. Great stuff. Um, we're going to continue from yesterday. Just a recap of the book of Daniel is a work by the family called Pacer, and the one brother who is the actual narrator or the actual I don't know who it is who he investigated. He got his brother and his father to investigate as well the lineage of the legend of their family name, and they discovered that somehow they're linked to the Sun King of the last Sun King of France before his beheading and his wife's beheading. So, without further ado, I shall present to you, because I want to watch the end of this. I'm sure somebody else might too. Um, and thank you for your likes, your shares, and your subscribes. I really appreciate them all. I am Lord Dandy. Um, how am I presenting it? There we go. And away we go, off to the races.
Who the winner of the last war was. This movement from French to German significance in this story. Because of this back and forth conquest, many people of the Palatine were French speakers, and many people in the Alsace Lorraine region were German speakers. The following is a brief history of the
Era.
Palatine history. The Palatinate, or German Pfalz, was in German history the land of Count Palatine, a leading secular prince of the Holy Roman Empire. Geographically, the Palatinate was divided between two small territorial clusters, the Rhenish, or the Lower Palatinate, and the Upper Palatinate. The Rhenish, again, hope I'm saying that right, Rhenish, Palatinate included lands on both sides of the Middle Rhine River between its Main and Neckar, Main and Neckar, that sounds like a southern word, Neckar tributaries. Its capital until the 18th
Sorry about that. Let me try it again. There we go.
River as it flows south toward the Danube. It extends eastward to the Bohemian Forest. The boundaries of the Palatine varied with the political and dynastic fortunes of the Counts Palatine. Y'all, I'm so much salacious, like this legend
Work. Why can't this just work?
I hope I'm saying this right. I'm going to put the words on the screen for you. To Bingen and east to not names, down to the Rhine River of open
I should do this on Brave instead, rather. Just come on, catch up, computer. Catch up.
its beginning on the
Do you
Moselle
want
River. I think I'll just put a map up for you guys so you can see it, because that's a lot of words. That's a lot of words. That's a lot of them. All right. The first Count Palatine of the Rhine was Hurst, who received the office in 945. A long time ago. Although not originally hereditary, the title was held mainly descendants until his line expired in 1155. In 1356, the Golden Bull, a papal official document usually commanded from the Pope and sealed with the official papal seal called a bulla, made the Count Palatine an elector of the Holy Roman Empire.
Lord have mercy. These fucking people. These fucking technology. So perfect. No, it's not perfect at all. Ah. So let's see if I can reverse the camera. No, no, not that, maybe that. Okay.
It's beautiful. Again, if you're from this area,
Hi, Dot.
you know, it's not the people, it's
I'm
these
having so
families
much tech issues.
or some of these members of these families, but I'm getting excited. My heart rate's beating because I know, well, we know this land. We know this land. This land is full of scandal. And that tells you guys if there's any area of the world that's fault over like this and there's scandals, there's probably something really important there. That's what makes me think like America is actually the original Egypt and Israel. That's one of my biggest swears to the Tartarian narrative, because so many people have fought over this land like crazy. And why not? America, no offense, have traveled the world many times. And I always say America is one of those beautiful places, beautiful continents you'll ever visit. It's fucking gorgeous here. And when I say American continent, I mean like Canada too, and South America, and Latin, the whole American continent. It's breathtaking. So there's magic here, right? So obviously, again, places that people fight over, obviously there's magic there. There's probably some ley lines, you know, stuff like that. So obviously Barbaria, the Bohemian area, important. Because there's scandals there. So
No, Dot, I started on my laptop. So I could present and share the screen. Every other tab is closed on the fucking laptop. But because somehow with the 5G or the strength of the fucking laptop, it can't deal with sharing the screen. So I had to jump up. It took me a minute or two. There was a blank, dead air, and I got this tablet to continue. Now I can't see fuck all what's going on, except I want to watch the end of this story about the king. How was your day?
So obviously it's important. And now we got the papacy involved. So if the papacy is involved, they're trying to push their way in, we know that there is some really important stuff there. After Martin Luther published his 95 Theses on the door of the Castle Church in Wittenberg on the 31st of October, 1517, so many people do shit on Halloween. You guys notice that? Like, going through all of these stories with you guys, I'm gonna have to go back and look through my notes and see how many things. I didn't know Martin Luther, even though my grandmother was Lutheran, I didn't know Martin Luther put his thesis that like started it all on Halloween. So, but that again, that's not.
How's your day,
They
Dot?
love Halloween, don't
Do you
they?
want to come up?
There's so many things. That
I don't have to watch
when I do my
it. You
research,
can come up
sometimes
for-
I'm putting things out. So I'm like, oh, Halloween.
Finish this
oh,
hour
Halloween. Oh, Halloween. So anyway,
What do you feel like?
okay, so let's start that again. After Martin Luther published his 95 Theses on the doors of the Castle Church at Wittenberg on the 31st of October, 1517, many of his followers came under considerable religious persecution for their beliefs. Perhaps for reasons of mutual comfort and support, they gathered in what is known as Palatine. These folks came from many places, Germany, Holland, Switzerland, and beyond, but all shared a common view on religion. This actually makes sense. I'm going to tag down below my deep dive into the King James Bible, because there's a lot about that area with Protestants fleeing to this particular area to start to print Bibles, real true Bibles in English, not the King James Bible. I'm not going to get into that, but I will put that, if you're interested in that, I will put that down below in the description box for you. The Protestant Eleanor Palatine Frederick V, who lived from 1596 to 1632, called the Winter King, or maybe he ruled from 1596 to 1632, called the Winter King of Bohemia, played a unique role in the struggle between the Roman Catholics and the Protestant Europe. His election in 1619 as King of Bohemia precipitated the 30 Years' War that lasted from 1619 until 1648. Frederick was driven from Bohemia in 1632, deposed as Elector Palatine. During the 30 Years' War, the Palatine country and other parts of Germany suffered from the horrors of fire and sword,
Okay, great.
as well as from
Good morning,
plunder
America.
by the French armies. This war was based upon both
Good
politics
morning.
and religious hatred, as the Roman Catholic army sought to crush the religious freedom of the politically divided Protestantism. You know, it's so funny. I was listening to Billy Carson the other day, and he was bringing this up. No matter like what your genealogy is, or where you're hailed from, or what you label yourself as, we have all been the enslaved. We have all been the slave owners. We've all been the victors. We've all been the bullies. It just, you know, point one finger at one country saying they're doing something bad. You got three fingers pointing back at you.
Yep.
Many unpaid armies and bands of mercenaries, both of friends and foe, devoured the substance of the people, and by 1633, even the Catholic French supported the Elector Palatine for a time for political reasons. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter how religious you are if you don't have something to eat, right? During the War of the Grand Alliance from 1689 to 97, the troops of the French monarch of Louis XIV ravished the Rhenish Palatine, causing many Germans to immigrate. Many of the early German settlers to America, for example, the Pennsylvania Dutch, were refugees from the Palatinate. During the French Revolutionary and the Napoleonic Wars, the Palatinate's lands on the west bank of the Rhine were incorporated into France, while its eastern lands were divided largely between neighboring Baden and Hesse. Nearly the entire 17th century in Central Europe was a period of turmoil for Louis XIV of France sought to increase his empire. The War of the Palatinate, as it was called in Germany, aka the War of the League of Augsburg, began in 1688 when Louis claimed Palatinate. This is funny, or was sacked, because this is when it's making more sense to me. One of my German lines was from northern Germany, and from what I understand, when all this was going on, that's when they left Germany in like 1648.
Oh.
They left Germany to come to the Americas. They didn't go to Pennsylvania, they went to South Carolina, but nonetheless, that makes sense. So hopefully for the Americans watching, this is ringing a bell for you from some of your history, folklore, and legend. Okay, let's see. The war ended in 1697 with the Treaty of Ryswick. The Palatinate was badly battered, but still outside of French control. In 1702, the War of Spanish Succession began in Europe and lasted until 1713, causing a great deal of instability for the Palatines. The Palatinate lay on the western edge of the Holy Roman Empire, not far from France's eastern boundary. Louis wanted to push his eastern border to the Rhine, the heart of the Palatinate. While the land of the Palatinate was good for its inhabitants, many of whom were farmers, vineyard operators, etc., its location was unfortunately subject to invasions by armies of Britain, France, and Germany. Mother Nature also played a role in what happened, for the winter of 1708 was particularly severe and many of the vineyards perished. So as well as the devastating effects of war, the Palatines were subject to the winter of 1708-1709, the harshest in 100 years. The scene was set for mass migration. At the invitation of Queen Anne in the spring of 1709, about 7,000 Palatines sailed down the Rhine to Rotterdam. From there, about 3,000 were dispatched to America, either directly or through England under William Penn. The remaining 4,000 were sent to Ireland via England to strengthen the Protestant interest. Although the Palatines were scattered as agricultural settlers,
Palatines were the Protestants, the early Protestants.
Major accumulations were found in counties Limerick and Tipperary.
As the
people progressed and dissatisfactions increased, many of these folks seized opportunities to join their compatriots, can't speak words, in Pennsylvania, or go to the newly opened settlements in Canada. All right, Canadians, this is you too. Obviously, Canadians and Americans have a very
France and Canada.
There were
Hello.
many reasons for the desire for the Palatines to immigrate to the New World: oppressive taxation, religious bickering, hunger for more and better land, the advertising of the English colonies in America, and the favorable attitude of the British government towards settlements in North America colonies. Many of the Palatines believed they were going to Pennsylvania, Carolina, or one of the tropical islands. The passage down the Rhine took 4 to 6 weeks. Tolls and fees were demanded by authorities of the territories through which they passed. Taxation, right? Early in June, the number of Palatines entering Rotterdam reached 1,000.
Freedom from the Pope.
Later that year, the British government
Freedom
issued a
from the
royal
Pope.
proclamation in German
And spreading the word of God through the King of England.
would be sent back to Germany. We're having this issue still today, aren't we? The British would not effectively handle the number of Palatines in London. There may have been as many as 32,000 by November of 1709.
These are the
They
pioneers.
wintered over in England since there was no adequate arrangements for the transfer of the Palatines to the English colonies. In 1710, 3 large groups of Palatines sailed from London. They first went to Ireland, and second to Carolina, and the third to New York, with a new governor, Robert Hunter. There were 3,000 Palatines on 10 ships that sailed for New York, and approximately 470 died on that voyage or shortly after their arrival. In New York, the Palatines were expected to work for the British authorities, producing naval stores, tar and pitch for the Navy in return for their passage to New York. They were also expected to act as a buffer between the French and natives on the northern frontier and the English colonies to the south and the east. After the defeat of Napoleon, 1814 to 1815, the Congress of Vienna gave the East Bank lands of the Rhine Valley to Bavaria. These lands, together with some surrounding territories, again took the name of Palatinate in 1838. In this area and in this time, the P family is first noted. As with many families, their spelling has been changed over the years. Most notably is the fact that the German B and the German P sound very familiar. So these letters are often interchanged. Names were often spelled phonetically by registrars and tax collectors, as people of that time could neither read or write. The first record.
Well, you see, you know what it is actually, Dot. It's the taxes that Rome collects, or the Vatican collects. It's the tithes. It's the rules that you have to follow underneath the Catholic Church. So obviously, underneath the new faith that the King of England was professing, not giving you a bad time, giving you a new freedom, a new free world. They were offering it to these new pioneers. Sell us something. Amen. Exactly.
Dates back to Hans Jacob. They spell it with a B, B-O-S.
That was on purpose, Dot.
He was born in 1647 to Hans Albrecht and Anne Margaret P family in Germany. It should be noted that historian I.D. Rupp, a descendant of the Bashors, claimed the name was actually I guess that's another spelling of the name, that the name was actually French Huguenot, which is
with Huguenots.
According to Rupp Le Bashor, same as the P family, if that makes sense.
She won't say the name, she's too scared.
After 1614, due to religious persecution in France. After living in Germany for some time, the name was corrupted in both spelling and pronunciation to Bashor, which then comes the the P.
Passia.
Hope that makes sense.
Pace.
Basically, there's some shenanigans going on with people moving around.
You know the pace of pen, pace of pencil,
we know that
the clutch pencil.
P family, from what I'm assuming, the legend took over the Dauphin of the Bourbon family, and he adapted their name. So we're
Bourbon.
seeing now.
Bourbon was the house of the
Sun
Sun King. They were the family of the Bourbons.
According to legend, who's descended, but the family
Can you
that took
believe it?
over guardianship of the child that was the Bourbons. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming he's
no.
trying to say here with all this stuff.
Yeah, I wanted to see.
As you may recall, it was mentioned earlier that the Palatine bordered the French provinces of Alsace and Lorraine, and that many residents immigrated back and
I'll
forth
be back
between the
now.
German and French
Oh,
sides.
there's no
This will
commercial.
have some significance in later chapters. The best we can determine John George P. family was the first of the family to live in North Carolina. He was born in LeBon County, Pennsylvania in 1720 and lived to the ripe old age of 98. George was buried in the Old Bethel Church Cemetery in what is now Gaston County in 1818. The spelling of John George's P. family name changed many times after he left Pennsylvania. At various times, it was Bayzour, Besour, and finally Pasour. After the birth of his children, he was known
Okay,
in
I'm
North
back.
Carolina as George Pasour Sr. George P. and his wife, Charlotta Hetzer P., had 7 children. The only one of those children with significance to this book is George P. Jr. George P. Jr. was born
Pencils.
in Maryland in 1764. George Jr. married Hannah Pole.
It was only the King of France, darling. Marie Antoinette's son.
1780 in Lincoln County, North Carolina. They had 8 children. Once again, we will primarily be discussing one of them, Daniel P. In November 1851, George Jr. died and was buried in Costner Cemetery in Gaston County, North Carolina. Now, the question arises as to why the emphasis on the P family. Besides the obvious interest of the author, there are a few things that will come to light. The P family members are key figures into what has sometimes been called the secret history of the Lincoln and Gaston County areas of North Carolina. As we go along, these events and persons will be discussed
The one who got her
in
head
greater
chopped off,
detail.
not a penis. Well,
Chapter 3, The Last Dauphin, which is the prince one that's going to inherit the throne. After the American Revolution, most of the monarchies in Europe were uneasy.
I wonder why.
Sorry, that just made me laugh. Have you guys ever seen the play Hamilton? It's
No,
great. It's
haven't.
great. But my favorite character in that play is actually King
Oh, you
George,
can't
who was
see.
the king during the American Revolution, and his songs are the best because the musical. And basically, I just laugh because the American Revolution, like America was founded by criminals, like people who committed treason. The Declaration of Independence was like the most epic breakup letter that was ever written. The Americans, the colonists, were like, you know what, England, we're breaking up with you, and it's not us, it's you.
No, it's
We've
the
already
Book of
got the tea
Daniel.
in the water. We're done with you. We don't have representation.
This book was, and it's only the beginning of the book, unfortunately. It's a bit boring. She said, jump to, we're at 51 minutes. She said in the beginning to jump to 40 minutes. And then you get to the real story of when they're actually in America. So now they're in America. This is the son of the king and the queen of France that was smuggled into America, which basically started a true Illuminati family that, no, I can see her. Okay, great. Great. But the book is called The Book of Daniel. It was written by this guy in 2012. He got his father and his brother. They studied up their name, their family name, and they got their lineage, and they found out this.
In Parliament, piss off, we're done. And of course, the American Revolution broke out. Nobody thought the colonists were going to win.
This is Esoteric Atlanta. She's had 16,000 views. She's got 52,000 subscribers. And she advertises Gnostic TV. She speaks faster than me.
And this ragamuffin group of colonists, what a shock it was. They were going up against the greatest military the world had ever known. What a freaking shock it was when they won. And all of a sudden we have this country that doesn't recognize a monarchy at all. Like, that's the basis of the American Constitution. It says, yo, we all equal. We're all divine rights. You have certain inalienable rights that are given to you by your creator, not the effing government. And so I can just imagine that the monarchs, the establishment, was like, did not see that coming. They were like, those people? Those 17-year-olds with pow-pows? They beat out? Like they took that? What? So I can understand that the other monarchs over Europe were like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Anyway, so let's go through that again. After the American Revolution, most of the monarchies in Europe were uneasy. They were afraid the radical concept of government by the common people would somehow take hold in Europe and elsewhere. This was particularly worrisome feeling in both England and France. Well, England had just had their ass handed to them, and France was like, we had holdings in the United States and Canada, and in England, King George III was still smarting from the loss of his most valuable colonies, the American colonies. It also didn't help England's reputation as a military force when their army and navy could not suppress that revolution. At that time, England was the world's major superpower. Listen, the colonists surviving in America, especially in the South, they had to be tough because malaria was everywhere. It was hot. It's still hot as hell here. It was not an easy terrain to live on, and they lived on it and they farmed it, and anyway, I'm still laughing about this. This is hysterical. All right, let's start that paragraph again.
What's a begets? What's the begets? What's that?
When King George III was still smarting for the loss of his most valuable colonies, the American colonies. It also didn't help England's reputation as a military force when their army could not suppress that revolution. At that time, England was the world's major superpower. There were also concerns in France. France had aided the American colonies in their struggle against England. Absolutely. The French, you helped us win the American Revolution. Of course, the French knew that the English were not happy about that aid and weren't quite certain what England had in mind for them. There were also concerns that Frenchmen returning from the war in America would begin to think that perhaps the common Frenchman could run his native country just like the Americans were. Imagine that the common person, the peasants, actually can govern themselves, can actually self-govern without the establishment. Those were valid concerns, as the French Revolution a few years later would prove. As much as England and France were suspicious of each other, the monarchs were even more suspicious of their citizens. It's like a bad pot trip where you're just paranoid. Monarchies all over Europe, as much as they despised the American Revolution, were even more concerned with preserving their own monarchy. After all, it was pretty good life being the king. As the French Revolution progressed to the outs of the king and queen, and then Napoleon began his conquest of continental Europe, it seems as if the world was turning upside down. Not only did the revolution succeed in France,
the begets, okay. The begets.
The queen were imprisoned along with their children.
That's what she said in the beginning.
The impossible occurred. Both King Louis XVI and his queen Marie Antoinette were beheaded in public on the guillotine. Shockwaves radiated throughout Europe. At their deaths, I mean, they weren't the first monarchs to be, it had already happened in England with Oliver Cromwell.
All right.
They weren't first. If it's happened once, it can happen again. After their deaths, King Louis XIV and Marie Antoinette had two surviving children, Maria Theresa and Louis Charles, the Dauphin. The word Dauphin at that time is the eldest son of the King of France. In other words, the heir to the throne. Both of the children were imprisoned with their parents. After her parents' execution, Maria Theresa was exiled to Austria to live with her mother's family. She lived for a while in England and Russia and finally died of pneumonia in what had been Austria in 1851. She was 73 years old. The story of Louis Charles the Dauphin is a little bit more confusing and mysterious. We love a good mystery. Rumors have persisted over the years that he, the Dauphin, did not die in prison, as the official records attest.
This is the key.
Instead, many believe that he somehow escaped and lived in secret elsewhere. In 2000, Louis Charles' remains were exhumed and the DNA tests were conducted. It was determined that this DNA matched the DNA of Marie Antoinette's living Australian relatives. Interesting. That did not end the controversy, however. It seems that the maternal DNA can only prove that the person tested is somehow related to the mother's family. It cannot be proven from just that DNA test that the person is actually a direct linear descendant. In fact, the maternal DNA only served to corroborate one of the stories circulating about the lost Dauphin. Here is the story. In October of 1793, Marie Antoinette climbed the steps, the scaffold, and was beheaded just like her husband before her. Reportedly, her last words were, "I am sorry for what I have done." She said this because as she stepped on the foot of one of the men waiting on the scaffolding, so she stepped on his foot, she's like, sorry. That's basically what happened. Still locked away in prison were her two surviving children, Maria Theresa and the young Dauphin, Louis Charles. There were many in the country who wanted to see the young Charles, now nominally Louis XVII, take his rightful throne. One of those was a man named Toulon. He was known for his loyalty to the throne, so much so that he had given the nickname Fidel by the Queen. He had been working for some time to have the royal family released from prison with no success. He had a group of other people continue to work for the release of the young king, only 8 years old. His group included the Marquis d'Arias and the Dr. Nudin and Dr. Seigneur. The money behind these loyal...
She says here in the captions, I could not find confirmed paintings of any of the characters in this story associated with the escape of the 8-year-old Louis Charles.
Loyalist was a number. The money behind the Loyalist was a member of the privileged.
And by the way, Dot, that book, well, there's a few books, like even Matthew has, that starts with the begat, and that begat, and that begat. The book in the first, the Old Testament is Numbers. It's actually named Numbers. And those who begat, who, and actually who begat me, I come from the line of King David. Did you know that?
Class, Prince de Condé. The plan was to somehow free Louis Charles, then move him to Vendée, which was a staunchly loyalist area. So I guess another place in France. Let me know. I'll look that up if that's in France. There he could be secluded, hidden, and protected until he could assert his rightful claim to the throne. The plan they concocted was to replace the young king with another young boy of similar size and build, and then spirit Louis Charles away. The Marquis had found such a boy, a cousin of the young king. This young boy was very sick. The doctor was sent to confirm that this boy would pass for Louis. He confirmed the boy was suffering from a form of stroke.
Oh, you're so funny.
Which would eventually render his limbs useless. I've never heard of scrofula. I've never heard of that before, but let me know if you've heard of that disease. He was deaf, and the disease he suffered from had damaged his brain. He no longer was coherent on the rare occasion when he tried to speak. Bless his heart. There were two people who worked in the prison, a Mr. and Mrs. Simon, who were persuaded to assist the Marquis.
Always has to be a Simon.
Charles. They were promised a house in the country far from the prison and 600 pieces of gold. The young Louis Charles himself was not well. The dampness of the cell he was kept in and the abuse he had suffered had taken a toll on his health. He had requested some toys to play with, and the Public Safety Committee had consented to his request. Mr. Simon was in charge of finding the hobby horse that Louis Charles had requested. While Simon was finding the hobby horse, the doctor was visiting the prison every day. He insisted that the young king was ill and suggested his long, luxurious hair be cut short so that his brain would not overheat. In reality, it was because
that's why it was burnt.
Mrs. Simon cut Louis Charles's hair.
Mrs. Of course, has to be a simple Simon that cut the hair.
Doctor and Toulon picked up
Wait,
a copy
what did you
horse
say?
they had purchased from a local toy store. It had a hollow body and was quite large. The doctor drugged the replacement child and placed him inside the
Exactly.
hollow horse body.
The king, the
They took
second
the
king
horse
of
to the
Israel.
prison and let it in the cell with
Third
Louis
king.
Charles.
The
Later,
third king.
was made. Mr. Simon went into the cell and removed the replacement boy from the horse and dressed him in the king's clothes. The king was dressed as a peasant and hidden in the washroom, Mrs. Simon's laundry basket. Sounds like Annie. Doesn't Annie do this? Doesn't she hide in the laundry baskets, and that's how she gets out of the orphanage?
Moses in the
Next morning,
bulrushes.
Toulon arrived to help the Simons move to their new home in the country. Among their belongings was one of a very large laundry basket containing Louis Charles, Louis XVII, the boy king of France. This was in January of 1794. The carriage drove slowly to the country until they came to the village of Port Macon, where the washerwoman was waiting. They unloaded the basket from the carriage and placed it in the carriage of the washerwoman. This was no ordinary washerwoman. She was actually the Marquise disguised in women's clothing. The Marquis delivered the king into the protection of the Prince de Condé Vendée. The young king is
Yeah, might be.
in seclusion.
Be good,
at
lady.
Vendée
Be
for
good.
several years, hardly ever
Thanks
leaving
for
the
popping
palace.
by.
During that
You
time,
are the
he was
best. You know
instructed
that.
as to which of the
I might go
revolutionaries
live again.
were
Did
in
you
extreme danger
see
to his safety and which members of the French
yesterday's?
nobility could be trusted. After a period of time, it was decided that leaving Vendée, that was a typo, would be the safest option for Louis Charles. Prince de Condé decided to put him into the care of the one person who no one would ever suspect, General Kleber. I hope I'm saying this right. I'm pronouncing it in the English way. Kleber, General Kleber, Jean-Baptiste Kleber. Before we continue with the story today, I want to give a brief shout out to one of our sponsors, Miramate. Miramate is a sister company to Spooky 2.
Well, so that's what's happened is, yes, of course, I got that in time. It's only the beginning of the book, and it gets to the history when the Sun King's son is about to be smuggled from the south of France. No, not the south of France, the west of France, from Vendée to New England in America, New York. I wonder, was it called New York then, or was it called New Holland? They didn't have their war yet. And so this is the beginning of a family line from the royalty of America, which is actually not from the family line of the royalty of France, living in America and prospering. Living prosperity. With prosperity. So what is she saying? This is very interesting, actually.
Forms closely resembling the natural magnetic fields found in the environment. This can help with sleep problems, pain and inflammation, mood issues, fatigue and lethargy, and difficulty concentrating. You guys, there are so many products. I swear to God, I just did a video. I just filmed a video with Brad. You guys know Brad. He's with Spooky 2 and with Miramate. And I could not get over the amount of products that this company actually has. They have video.
So I'll wait until she starts reading again, because otherwise I have to say that there's a commercial in my live, and there isn't. I'm not punting anything, but that's a little bit more is interesting. You know, that's what all I'm doing now. I'm busy being a copycat. I've learned from the best in America on these streets. You can do these things. Look, and there she is. No, I did not. I specifically went and looked for your email. Immediately after seeing that, I was like, no. Thank you. Yes, did you see in the beginning? But I had to change from the laptop to...
In the description box below,
from the laptop
Oh,
to
out here, just like
the tablet, because my laptop wasn't handling the fucking StreamYard. Yes, the Dutch are the Boers, the Afrikaners, the South Afrikaners, the whites are mainly from Holland, and that's why we're called Dutchmen. Sometimes it's like an insult. You call us, if you want to insult me, you call me a fucking Dutchman.
way to get your health back. All right, you guys, let's get back to the scandalous and juicy.
Do you know the story? I'm doing this just for you.
Let's just recap.
Rose.
So we've got this book.
Do you want to
written
come
by
up?
Stephen Paysor. I'll just go ahead and say it one more time, but as you know, we're not going to be saying that name too often because it will flag. This is a very scandalous family, and that name triggers things. So he has written a book called The Book of Daniel, which is literally him outing his family. And he's basically claiming, as the legend states, that the P family came from Marie Antoinette and Louis XVI's son, the Dauphin of France, who would become, if he had taken the throne, Louis XVII. So legend states that when the children were being held in prison with their parents before their parents were executed, they're claiming that Louis Charles, the little boy, the Dauphin, was replaced with his cousin.
Of course.
They justified
What
that
for?
his cousin was like sickly anyway, so
Yeah.
whatever, he's probably gonna
What
die.
for?
And this is the thing about the controllers and the establishment. They just don't. The only human life that they respect is their own. They'll even throw their cousins under the bus. So they have this elaborate plan where they got a rocking horse basically, and they put the child in a rocking horse and entered him into the prison. It was supposed to be a toy for the Dauphin, for Louis Charles. And then they got the kid out and they put Louis Charles in a laundry basket that was then taken with a family to their cottage, where then the kid was removed from the laundry basket and put into custody of other people. These were obviously, or allegedly, this was obviously arranged by people who were loyalists to the monarchy. We know that the P family, that is not the family name of the Dauphin,
Right.
but because they took him in and gave him that name, now let's...
How do you block somebody on email? I've never blocked anybody on email, although maybe I did try once with Mississippi, but I don't think I got it right because you still carried on emailing me. I think it looks like kind of like you said so, but I was wondering, is it because you saw my live last night or yesterday with me and Get to Know and Uncle Fatty? I had the it's a, what do you call it, like this pic that I've got using now. There we go. How you doing? Hang on. How are you, Team Rose? Can you hear me? Oh, I've got the volume down. I can't hear you. Oh, that's the problem with this one as well. I can't fucking hear you.
That's just too loud.
Edit mic settings. Why won't it let me? Speak. I can't hear you.
Hello.
Oh no.
Wait a second.
Is it this thing's settings?
Hold on a second.
Oh, I've got it on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Mute. Hello? Can you speak?
Hello.
I can't hear you.
Hello.
Why aren't you speaking, Miss Rose?
I don't know. Let me see.
You don't want to speak.
Hold on. I am speaking.
Well, the Dutchman is because we didn't like the Dutch, really. We became Afrikaners, Boers. Why aren't you speaking?
Hold on a second. I tried.
Lord have mercy.
Oh my God, Lionel.
I can show you my emails. I've got no emails from you. You didn't give me any emails. It was a lie. No, don't ever say to a Leo that they're lying. They'll really be pissed off with you. Why can't I hear you?
Hold on.
What instrument are you using? Oh, you're gone.
No.
What instrument are you using? Your phone or your tablet? Oh, well, we'll carry on
I
listening
was there.
to
I was talking and you couldn't hear me.
Esoterica Atlanta.
Allegedly, as the legend states, they are the puppet masters behind the scene controlling the establishment. That again is the folklore. So, as I said earlier, I'm taking it all with a grain of salt. It's very entertaining. It is very concerning.
Look, sorry, Team Rose, that happened to me before because I tried this. Yes, of course. I tried this going live on this instrument, and I couldn't hear going in on panel with on Mel's, and then I had to change. So let me change quickly again. That's a good idea, Lionel. Let me change back to my laptop, and then I will hear you. Okay, so you can come up. I'm not going to put you up yet. Just wait. Wait. Hang in there. Hang in there. You can try. You can speak, but I don't think I'm going to hear you. Just hang in there. Wait for me. Yes, I want to see it too. Let me go into studio, and I'm going to exit studio here.
Oh, can you hear me?
Close that.
Hello.
Close that.
Can you hear me?
Close that. And that.
Can you hear me?
Enter.
Right, I'm gonna. Can you hear me? Hello. You can't hear me? Nothing? So, can you hear me? All right, let me try a different.
There, can you hear me? There we go. I'm on 2 instruments. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can't you hear me? Oh, Lord. Come on, speak, Team Rose. Oh, she went to get the picture. Are you also on a different device now? I can hear you. Can you hear me? 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 I can hear you. Can you say something? Just say something, Team Rose. Can you say something?
Let me try again.
Oh, my word. I can hear you. Well, you're giving me dead air. Oh, she's coming back with another instrument. No, I've lost that instrument now. Marvin Ray, how do you do? Welcome to this edition of Lionel Roy on Lord Dandy. This is it's not a test run. It's like I was trying to screen something, but always get Team Rose to come up. but I'm sure she'll come back now in a moment or two. I don't know. Who knows if she will. So now I'm on the wrong instrument. Let's see if this is going to work on the other one, and then we'll carry on with where I was. You know, it's just how it works. Just go. Oh, here's I hear her. She's coming round the corner when she comes. She'll be coming around the corner when she comes. She's gonna pee bomb me. She's gonna pee bomb me. She's gonna pee bomb me when she comes. When she comes.
Hello?
You hear me? Well, can you hear me?
Yes. Who's Marvin Ray?
Hallelujah.
Okay, can you hear me, Lionel?
I have no idea.
Lionel, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Oh my God, it's working. Oh my God.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Hello. All right, Lionel, I got to show you something.
Hello, how are you doing?
All right, good. Let me show you.
We got it.
Look. Okay, watch. Watch. Look, Lionel. Doesn't this look like you? Wait.
Very much.
I think so.
I just don't have those eyebrows, but that looks very much. Yeah. The
Right?
nose and the crease. I wish I had eyebrows like that.
Well, you can add them.
Yeah.
All right, you see? You see this? This is what I sent to you. I think it looks a
Wow.
lot
Who
like
is that?
you.
Oh,
Okay, it's a
yes.
rendering. Listen,
Yes.
it's a rendering
Yes.
of allegedly from a psychic of my soulmate. What do you think?
Wow.
I know.
Lord have mercy.
I
Even
know.
the
This
lips.
is what
Even the crooked
I
lips.
I think so too. Even the evil look
And the fat nose.
and the evil look, right?
The pointy ears. Yes.
It was
wow.
the picture is bigger than I could
So what is that?
screenshot.
The rendering of what?
Oh, my soulmate, you stupid idiot. That can't be true, but I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a trick. Okay,
Let me
look.
change my avatar.
Look. This is another one I got, okay? And look, Lionel. You there? You listening?
Oh wow.
Here's another one. Okay. I thought this is the first one I got. I thought this was really
Why am I doing this?
what
What am I doing now?
Are you listening? Okay, look. This isn't okay. Let me show you the other one. Look at this
Bring
one.
that one back and we compare. Wait. Bring that one back.
Oh my God. Okay.
Look at that.
Oh my God.
And the first one, where's the first one? Where's the first one? Show the first one.
Of this guy?
Wow.
Oh my
How
God.
amazing is that?
Oh my God.
Yes. Wow.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my God.
It's insane. Oh my God. Where did you get
Well,
that? So is this your picture of you?
Well, it's
Oh my God.
that's an AI game on Facebook. It's an AI rendering of me.
Oh.
It's crazy.
Wow. Okay. Did you do that recently?
Yesterday.
Oh my God. Are you serious? You did it yesterday?
Yesterday.
Oh my
It's
God.
just too weird. Oh, we're going. There.
That is too
It's quite amazing, Team Rose.
weird. It's shocking. Honest to God, it's friggin' shocking.
Mind blowing.
Oh, it's mind blowing. I couldn't believe it. So the first one I did was, oh my God, Lionel, look at that. That is insane. Oh, I can't take it. I don't even know what to friggin' think.
Yep.
Insane. Oh my God. Compy. And then this is the first one I did. Looks different than you. This one's different, but kind of similar.
Looks like my cousin.
Really?
Yes.
What's your
Yes. It's
cousin's
more my
name?
frown. It's more my frown.
Oh. What's your cousin's name?
Craig.
Craig. Oh.
Craig.
Wow. I have a cousin named Craig as well. So this was the very first one, which I thought was very handsome. And Leeka didn't like him, but I thought he was very handsome. I thought this was beautiful.
He's older
In fact,
than
no, this drawing I thought was a stock drawing they sent to all the women over the age of 40 that were white and said they were straight. That's what I thought this was. But because
okay.
so I thought the whole thing was
Okay.
fake because I saw this photo, I think,
Yeah.
when I went to the website and
Wow.
I thought, oh, who's that? Who's that handsome? Oh, that drawing's cool. Like, I wonder what mine would come out like. This is the drawing that made me do it. Then I get the same damn drawing. I'm like, okay, the whole thing is fake. Then I got this one. Look at this one. I like this one.
That's
This is
nice.
this is my favorite one.
Yeah.
This was a good one. This was the most expensive one. And then I got a couple of others that were not anywhere near. But so this was the second one. I love this one though. Isn't that one great? This is a good artist. But it almost looks like an AI drawing, and then it looks like a photograph, and then she puts paint strokes on it. Up close, you can see it's covered with paint strokes, but they look fake. You know what I mean? And then this guy was the first. I love that guy. And then when I saw this, I'm like, oh my God, is that Lionel? So
I don't blame you.
yeah.
I don't blame you now. When I heard you, it's like I saw that video. It's like, oh God! Because even yesterday you posted a video. I think you were driving. Or was that today? No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday you were driving and you were stirring the trouble pot, and I heard those voice codes, and I was very tempted to comment, but I thought, no, Lionel, don't comment yet. Let's just keep it now a little bit light-hearted, please, because anything could happen if I comment. And then you get this picture, and you said you wanted to email me, and then I went to quickly look at the email, and I couldn't find the email. So let me leave it. And I thought of you. That's why I'm actually live today. That's why I thought, let me see if Team Rose is going to be coming up. Yes.
Oh my God.
Look at it. Wow. Crazy.
That is so insane. Right? I mean, that
Totally
is
crazy.
totally insane. Really.
Team Rose, I'm going to try and go live again soon. Always come back. I have to go and prepare dinner now. It's 4:35 or 4:30 coming up p.m. I have to go and get food for the cats, the dogs, and the parents. But I want
You should put this as your.
Please do me a favor. Will you show us a dance video?
What? Me? Now?
Show us a dance video.
Here's one.
Send it to me. Email it to me. There we go.
Why?
You got new shoes. Those are your dancing shoes. You went out.
They're not new. I found them. I found them in my closet,
night.
and I thought I should wear these. And then I found I got a little skirt, and so last night I was horsing around, and I didn't even. I'm gonna cut this into a short, but I just posted this last night for the hell of it. I just was horsing around, you know.
No, it looks good. Looking good.
They're not the most comfortable.
Looking very good.
Thank you. They're not the most comfortable
wedge
shoes. Yeah, they're a wedge.
Always the
They
best.
don't have a heel, but they're a wedge. So, you know, they're not that bad. I might wear them out to dinner tonight. I might take the girls out to dinner and
Oh.
you know. Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. It's crazy, Lionel. It is so crazy that you got a rendering yesterday. That just I have to go digest that while you're cooking dinner, I guess. I don't know.
Wow, but it changes your leg
Absolutely.
completely when you're in a high heel.
Really? Yeah, they
It's
make them
looking
better.
so good. Look at your legs. My word, lady, you're looking so good there.
Thank you.
It
Maybe I should-
changes the shape of your leg completely when you're in a heel.
Really?
Although you
Wow.
do always stand on your tippy toes,
I'm on my
and you always
tiptoes.
dance on your toes,
Yeah.
but it does change something.
Well, heels do that. That's why
Looking
women wear
very,
those.
very good. Looking very good.
Thank you. Maybe I should get another pair of heels. Do more dancing in heels. It's hard to dance in heels. It's not comfortable, you know. But
Yes, I know.
it's very
I
uncomfortable.
know.
I'm sure you've tried it. So has 3 Dot Dave. He wears his heels all the time. He's a cross dresser, actually.
Don't start your shit now.
He admits it too, so I'm not spreading any bad
That's too
rumors.
funny.
He admits it. And his favorite are red.
Oh,
Buns.
he just wants to talk about dick and dick size
Yeah.
and foreskin the whole time. Doesn't matter where he goes. He's just talking about dick.
His dick. Just
Yeah.
his.
No one else's dick is good enough. It is perfect.
And his is supposedly shaped like a.
He doesn't want any no turtlenecks, please.
No, and his is supposed to be shaped
No
like
turtlenecks.
like
No
a-
turtlenecks.
it's supposed to be like a Coke can. Did you know that? As wide as a Coke can. Did you know that? But his shape is weird. I don't know if you can still hear me, but his he says he's as wide as a Coke can. And I heard him on Leanie's, and Leanie was horrified. She said, "You stay away from me with that Coke can. That's not coming near me." Oh, it's funny. So, Lionel, can you still hear me before you go? I want to tell you. Did you see that Temu is selling
That's too much, darling.
full size?
Far too much.
Did you see that Temu is selling full-size rubber dolls that look very
Lord
real?
have mercy.
Can you hear me, Lionel? Oh, can you hear me, Lionel? I don't think you can hear me. Can you hear me, Lionel? Oh, you can hear me. Okay. Did you hear what I said about Dave's dick being like a Coke can? I can't hear a thing. Okay, you said you heard that. All right. So anyway, all right. Well, I feel lonely up here without you, so I guess I'll let you go cook dinner. So
Okay, thank you,
something
darling.
to think about. Yeah. I mean, is that not crazy or what? Maybe I should do a live. I don't know. I have to work, but wow, look at your photo. Yeah, I think it's
I
too
have to
weird.
work. You have to work
I'm
a bit.
tempted to do another photo, do another drawing to see what it looks like. I got one that looks really like a little old man. He looks like Spencer Tracy, only older and chubbier. And then I got another weird one that actually I thought that Dollar is the one that turned me on to these things. And
Oh, cool.
and
Cool.
I sent this picture to her. It told me not to send it to anybody who doesn't have my best interests at heart, which would be you half the time. So I shouldn't have showed you, but
I heard that.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I heard that.
You did? Yeah, that. Yeah, I know. I wasn't going to share it, but then I was like, well, whatever. Anyway, I wanted you to see it because it looks so much like you. The one who doesn't have my best interest at all. So. I'm always on my tiptoes.
You're always the best. You know it. We might fight, but yes.
Secretly, you
I'm
love
glad
me.
you. Yes, secretly, I'm straight.
But only for me, Lionel. But only for me, Lionel, right?
It's the voice codes. It's the voice codes. The voice codes.
Yes, I'm getting possessive. You have to only love me with your straight side, and then you can do whatever you want with your gay side.
Well, that's what happened. You see, it happens everywhere you go. That's what they say. Even by Mal Pandora, if they find out that you going over to the other side, then they don't put you up on panel so quickly. So
Yeah, I know.
that's why you've got to tread lightly wherever you go.
Well, she doesn't
I
like
think.
the only reason she likes you and Lionel, you and Mishina over on her side is because she believes it pisses me off or hurts my feelings. She doesn't understand that I'm fine with it. But as I think she brings out, you're on your best behavior. But she knows how. I mean, she likes you over there to harass me. She doesn't. You're saying she's not letting you on the
No,
panel?
she doesn't allow that. She doesn't allow talking about Turtle Island or talking about Team Rose. She doesn't talk about it. There's no talking about that. But behind the scenes, she really despises everybody from Turtle Island, and because PJ Vision and you are big friends, then she really, and she blames PJ for pushing you to
it was PJ.
say the transgender shit.
That did start with PJ. That did all start with PJ. I know, that's too bad that she said that, because I'm actually not an enemy of Mel at all, and I don't hate her like Zero Fox said in the chat. I saw some of the chat last night. I saw Mission in there, and I saw and
I think it's the chat that's what got to her as well. What happened in your chat, that's what got her steaming, and then what happens in her chat, that's what gets you steaming, and then of course what happens at Turtle Island, that's what gets everybody steaming. It's a steamy hot place, these YouTubers.
But nothing happens at Turtle Island that's offensive to her. They don't talk about her at Turtle Island at all. I mean,
No, she's out of that long time now. That's why she's got a channel. She's got her own channel, and she's hot with have you seen him? Stoned but not alone.
Are they friends?
Yeah, well, she starts generally at Stones but not alone, and then she goes live
Stones.
on.
Stones. Yeah, I'm sorry. He left his wife, I heard. And
no.
Yes.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yes, they broke up because Stone was not treating his wife very well publicly, and they were just, and he likes Mel. I don't know. So Mel won that one. But yeah, he and his wife.
Oh my word!
Yeah, they broke up.
Yeah. I hope I'm not in trouble for this now. Oh God!
You might be in trouble. Wait a minute. Did you say that she wasn't letting you up on panel lately?
No, not me. It happened to Uncle Fatty. Did you watch my live last night?
Wait, what happened with Uncle Fatty? What happened with Uncle Fatty?
Because Resto is top mod, it seems.
Right.
Alan Pandora. And Resto didn't want Uncle Fatty to come up because he crossed the lines and went and had a conversation, a private conversation with the enemy. Whoever the enemy is, I don't know who the enemy is.
Who's the enemy?
I don't know. Maybe the enemy is Stone's wife. Who knows? I don't know.
Are you
I'm
serious?
Just assuming now. I wonder.
Wow, that's so controlling. I see. I don't do that. I don't control people like that. You have to never talk to these human beings to be in with me. I think that kills a channel, because you're better off being open to everyone. I think. I mean, also,
no, it's not good. It's not good, Team Rose. It's not. Sometimes you need to make a decision and choose a side. And that you have to just let where the let the cookie crumble, really. Let
Yeah.
the cards fall where they do, and you have to take the consequences. It's that.
So, but
And
Uncle
it's
Fatty is a
painful.
very, wait a second. Uncle Fatty is a big part of that show normally. Is he allowed back up now? I mean,
Yeah, he used to be. But what they don't like about him is because he's a Libran, so he always wants to listen to the other side of the story.
yeah, right.
Which if there's no argument, then everybody's happy to listen to the other side of the story. But if there's an argument, then you have to take somebody's side.
Oh God.
So
Really?
then, but to keep the person out, and look, Mal's a Gemini, so she's a jester. She likes to play dirty as well.
Right.
She does like to play dirty.
Oh, she does. I mean, I have hordes of people that left her that tell me about the secret plots behind the scenes that they were a part of that she asked them to do. So I know for a fact she has plotted against me and still probably is.
No, I don't mean dirty like you dirty. I was talking about being
what, sexual? Sexual?
No, well, that yes. But I'm talking, how these men are, they come on panel and they all have to, pretend to be, I can piss further than you, and they're quite eloquent, they've got their degrees, or they went to college, and they've just got every word on the tip of their tongue. Meantime, or they just tell you to fuck off, and they speak louder than you. So, they think they're in Dead Poets Society and everybody's going to agree with them. But sometimes you don't need to attack the person to disagree. So I just put in the comments, master beta, not a master debater, but a masturbator. You remember we had to teach you what a wanker was.
Right.
So then she put it up as, you just put this arbitrary, like I'm going to put this yes up. And so she puts it, she doesn't put anybody else's words, comments up on the live, but then she puts mine, masturbator. I said, you naughty jester. She says, you know me. But look, it keeps things, it keeps things alive. If we don't have people stirring a little bit shit, then we don't get anywhere, I suppose. We don't have any juice to keep the people salivating at the other end of the...
She wrote your name as Master Beta? Is that what you're saying?
No, I wrote that about this other person. It was Domenico, who I think was Canadian, or some other... And she just put my comment up on the live.
Oh, I see.
Lord, I have to go pee. Carry on speaking. Speak.
Speak. Hello. Can you hear me, Joe? That's pretty interesting. Well, she's a saucy one. She's a saucy one for sure. So, what should I say?
Okay, well, you're very bad with talking while I'm peeing. I had to stop midstream. I had to stop midstream to come back here.
I said something.
I'm tearing up at the eyes. I'm tearing up. Team Rose, thank you for your voice codes.
You're
it's
welcome.
Good to hear you laughing and smiling on my channel and on yours. You know what they say? If you go and watch the sunrise in the morning, like you did, you get all the rays that you need to start the day.
Ooh,
it makes you
that's why I felt so good. Yeah, I believe that. I'm into the morning sunrise code. So I shared them with you all. Morning sunrise code. That's why I feel good today.
It's beautiful.
That was a lovely morning. Then I went and took a nap for like an hour and a half, and I just woke up. And
cool.
Yeah, cool. Saw you live. So
thank you.
Wait a minute, let me ask you, do you ever watch Flow State?
I don't have his channel link. I keep on wanting to ask.
Well,
For
he
the
was
channel-
live last night. He was live, and I like him. He's interesting, and
Yes.
yeah.
He flirted with me. He flirted with me. Well, he didn't
Ooh.
flirt. He was a gentleman.
Nice.
He's a very, very, very nice gentleman. And it was so funny,
as
this
hell.
whole interaction between this other chick who tried to offer to send nudes to him. And he said,
Really?
yeah, sure, send me the nudes. So then she wants to go and shit everybody else out how Flow State accepted her nudes. Well, Flow State's wife, Mrs. Flow State, doesn't give a fuck. They've obviously spoken about this before.
Wow.
If some chick wants to send nudes to Flow State, she's quite welcome to. But that just shows you what a slag that chick is. So then that chick tried to attack Crispy Treat, you know me and Crispy Treat.
Yeah.
She tried to attack Crispy Treat on Resto's channel, which Resto is the top mod at Mal and Pandora.
Right.
That Resto had to take, well, no, he didn't take his live down. YouTube took the live down the way this same chick attacked Crispy Treat on the live, that YouTube said, hail to the nay, nay, nay. This is abuse. This video is going down, and the live got taken down by YouTube.
Wow.
From this chick that is attacking Flow State, Flow State's wife, and now Crispy Treat.
So who is this
And
chick?
you know,
What's
this
her
is
name?
all due. This is all due to Mal Pandora, because Mal Pandora says, no. If I think you've got something else to say, you can come up on the panel and have something to say while Mrs. Flow State is on the panel. And this chick started going she started going and she got booted off the panel because Flow State's wife said, well, you know, you're just a slag sending nudes to married men.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's interesting. So so who is this chick? The alleged chick that is doing that?
It's not Dahlia. It's not. I don't know why Dahlia came to mind. Dahlia is a very nice mod at Mal and Pandora. But I think it started with a D. I don't know why. Maybe because she's very no. She's very she's like a she's like one of a pretty Tiger Club. You know, the Tiger Club, like one of those pretty.
Huh. Interesting. So does Flow State do they have an open marriage?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
What I know of.
So
No, but on YouTube, you know, Team Rose, you've got a YouTube channel. You got fans. Fans will send you dick pics or nudes. But you're a single. I mean, you're a granny, so it's a little bit different. But if you're a man that looks like Flow State, and that's why, you know, last night there's Aaron from Get to Know says to me, I don't know why you always have to tell us that you're gay. It's because I don't want nudes from women.
Oh.
And then, you know, because, you know, that, I don't know.
So do you receive any nudes from people?
No, no, I just get accused of being a pedosexual.
Right.
You know.
Well, you're
It's the
really
same thing.
bisexual anyway, but mostly,
I suppose so.
Well, I don't know. You're an aberrant, darling. That's what we love about you, is that you're an aberrant.
Oh, darling, I'm a pan. You said so yourself.
I know. It's so sad.
I'm
How
a
can my
pan man.
soulmate be a pan man? That's literally impossible. Obviously, that song was So, you know, if they make a mask of these renderings and trick you.
Have you seen that with the masks? Yes, I've also been seeing this. How are they convinced? Even the president of America, he thought this person, but she took her mask off and it was a completely different. Already back then in the 90s.
And they're even better now. Like they're impossible
I'm
to tell.
sure.
If I met
Yeah.
someone with a face of one of those soulmate pictures that I got, I would definitely assume it was fake and that I've been tricked. That's how paranoid I am. I would think, oh, this is a trick. Now, what a good way to trick people, right? Say, oh, look,
Yes.
this is your soulmate. And then you could really get a person in a compromising position if
Well,
they
that's what
believed.
spies do.
Oh,
That's what
yeah.
spies do. That's ultimately
Yeah.
that's why some of these spies actually have sex changes to look like somebody else. Because it's women that do it. Now, if you can be a man soldier looking like a woman, tempting some oligarch in Russia, you know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yes.
You can get some security codes or
Well,
something like that if you look
they
like a
pass.
woman and you open your legs.
Well, exactly. And having sex. Do you remember Max Spears saying
Yeah.
that you send a woman to sleep with the president of another country. She has
Yes.
sex with him. She downloads all his knowledge into her DNA from having sex, and then she
Oh.
brings that. Then she has sex with her own president and gives him all those codes, and they pass it literally through sex, and no one would
Yeah.
ever think. And it's incredible. It's mind blowing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they do. It's like when they do that astral viewing, or what's it called when they view
Yeah. Remote viewing.
remote viewing.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
the same type of thing. Wow,
Mhm.
that's witchcraft. Now that's dark magic. That is at its
It's
best.
not witchcraft. It's a
It is
natural
a type of
psychic. No,
witchcraft.
it's not. It isn't. It's an ability.
It's like the
It's
Black
simply
Mirror magics.
it's a
You're looking into
skill.
the
It's
Black
not
Mirror.
magic. It's a skill that all human beings have the potential to do. It's not a secret and occult magic. It's just a simple psychic skill. It's a talent. It's not magic. It's a talent that you can do it too, Lionel. Any of us.
Yes, yes,
You can
yes,
train yourself
yes.
to remote view. They have classes in it.
I've actually smelled people through YouTube.
Come on.
I promise you, I've smelt
I
it.
mean,
Sometimes good, sometimes bad.
that's amazing because the one thing you can't access through the computer is
Yes, it's
smell. And
those
I think the sense of
olfactory
smell,
senses.
yeah, it doesn't share that, but you would be psychically tuning in. That's your psychic ability. That is because the thing that
It's a sense. It's a
the
sense.
thing that makes AI different from humanity is the sense of smell.
Yeah.
This is why when people were infected with the COVID, they would lose their sense of smell because it's a germ that tries to change you from human to AI, and so you would lose your sense of smell. I lost my sense of smell twice when I had COVID, and then I got it back, thank God. So
Oh yes.
my organic side won, but it is a battle to kill off your organic side because your organic side is the part that self heals and fixes you and repairs you, and
Yes.
that they're seeking to control. So have you been
Yes.
on Mel's panel lately? Because I haven't seen you up there.
I go up for. I went up. I think it was Monday, and I say my say, and then I don't have the patience to listen to everybody's bullshit.
Yeah. So
I'm a bit
flow
of a
state.
control freak as well. Don't
Yeah,
interrupt me when I'm speaking, and
I know.
don't attack my personality. And
I
they're
know.
all very straight up there, So I have to actually learn to watch what I say because you want people actually interested in what you're saying. You don't want to shock them completely to eek and yuck, So
Mhm.
and they do. She does choose nice topics that seems like she's trying to lure me in, but then she's generally got somebody that's quite much more learned than I. And when they were talking about the drag queens, I said, "Oh my God, here's this guy, this altruistic guy." And he's saying, "Oh, I don't like the way the conversation is going now.
Oh God.
It's just not the way I wanted to go. We must be much more accepting of these trans people." And it's like, oh my lordy, lordy, lord. Okay, my internet is jumping. I don't have the time for this shit. I'll listen to you later again.
So let me ask
Sometimes
you
I
this.
actually like the
Let
banter
me
then.
let me ask you something about that, because Stiggy says that gay people, and she's gay, not all gay people are supportive of the trans movement or the whole LGBTQ thing. She's against all that. She's not against being gay,
Yeah.
obviously. What
Yes,
do you
it's
think?
it's a generational thing. We're the older crowd, and even on Mal's show, there's another gay guy, and he's very also similar to me. He's also ostracized by the LGBTQI movement because he has more conservative principles and scruples in life. And it's we want to be put into boxes, or we don't want to be put into boxes. It's the more the more
Yeah.
you don't want to be.
So what is
So
your take on the
um,
LGBT? What is your personal
there
view
is
on
this
it?
split, there is this rift between the LGB, the
Mhm.
lesbian, gay, bi,
Right.
to split away from all the other strange and weird and wonderful,
Right.
we want to stay with the old lesbian, gay, and bi. Okay, we understand
Right.
that part.
Right.
It's
So
all,
is that how you
but
feel as
now, if
well?
you think about it now, the truth, like you call me, am I straight? Just for me, Lionel, I'm now in a very smaller category. There's actually a flag, stripes. It's brown and blue and pink, I think, which I fall into that category where I lure in straight men.
That's so
You see,
crazy.
I
You
will
like
steal the
straight men. You
married
do.
man.
Yes, you're a straight man predator, as they would say.
Yes, yes. So it's
Yes.
a different category altogether. Oh, Dot's back. Hi, Dot. How you doing? Can you believe it?
Dot.
I lured the rose into my garden, and she is now
It's
visiting
amazing.
Team.
It did
It
Dot.
is
Well,
amazing.
Dot needs to go back and see the photo, the rendering that looks like you that I got.
Yes, did you see? It just looks just like this one. Listen, I have to hang up now. I do have to
It's too bad.
start my business. I have to say
More than
goodbye
that.
until next time. Go
Well,
live, Team Rose.
all right, maybe I'll go live since I'm all excited
Yes,
now.
about time.
So you're the old-fashioned type of gay. You're not into the weird shit, or are you into the weird shit? Or which one
Well,
are
I am behind closed doors, but that's nobody's
you?
business,
So you're not. Oh, Flow State
But what
ended
you
his
need to
Flow State ended his show 22
you
minutes
must
ago.
put his link in.
I what?
I must know. Will you put his link in?
Oh, sure. Let me get it for you. Hold on a second. All right, let's see. 1 second. I like him a lot. I think he's very smart. I love the way he swears at people. I think he's funny as shit. And there he is. Yeah, he's a good-looking guy, and I like him. And I agree with a lot. All right, so here is the link to Flow State. So you can go over there. You can go over there too if you want, Dot. Oh, that's a short? Oh, hold on a second. Flow State. Let me get. All right. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
trying
he's a
to make
good-looking.
you a mod.
Oh,
I
thank
can't
you.
remember how you make a mod. There.
We
Add
can
as
go next to
moderator.
the.
There.
Oh, is that why I can't share the link? Is because
I
I'm
just
not a
made you a
mod?
mod. You can now.
All right.
You can put it in the private chat. Oh, there you put it there.
Well, here it is. Here it is again. That's his whole
Thank you
channel.
very much. Thank you very much.
He probably won't let me
Excellent.
chat, right? Flow State, because of Mel, won't let me chat over there, right?
I don't know.
I mean, is he like that? All like, if you don't love Mel, you can't love me or whatever. Probably.
No, I don't think so. I mean, there's so many in America that are going on to Mel. There's what's his name? Eric.
Who's that?
He's a big guy. Have you seen him?
Who's he? He's bi?
Eric. No, a good guy.
A good guy.
He's a bearded. He's just got divorced. And well, he's not very good looking, but he looks like he's got a good channel. I didn't sub up to him, but I think it's like 4,000 subs or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Or maybe he's bigger than that. And then there's Flow State, who's got 3,000. Then there's another one that I go on to. He usually goes live now. He's a bit of a ruffian.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if he's live now. Glenn.
Oh,
His name is Glenn.
Okay.
He always wears sunglasses, and he's also a bit like Speakeasy, but he's American, and he does these debates. He had his presidential debate. Let me see, Glenn.
Yeah. Is it good? Then put the link in. I'll go check him out.
I don't know. I must look in my friends.
Is the sketch Lionel's using as a picture? No. Okay, Dot, go back into this live. I want you to see the photo because
about 20 minutes ago. Then you'll see all of them.
Yeah, you'll see it. Go back and you'll see it. He puts them side by side, Dot.
Right, let's see.
Let's
see if I can do it.
Yeah, see if you can do it.
Oh,
I have a few people who might be mad at me for even talking to you again. But you're my soulmate now. It's confirmed. So anything goes, darling.
I don't know if you can see it this way.
What about
it's
you?
It's so terrible.
How are you guys doing? Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
She's back in the video.
She's sick again.
You can't see it. Yeah, you can't see it, Lionel. It's
no.
not working. No. Just go back in the video. You want me to show you now? I can show her now. I can just show it to you. You want me to show you now, Dot? Should we show her?
My stupid fucking computer. Please, yes.
All right, let me get it. Hold on.
Okay, they must be alongside each other. They must be alongside each other.
Put your drawing back up there.
It's very strange.
It's so crazy. All right, here it is.
No, this sketch that I got from Facebook. The same day she got this sketch.
Yeah, unbelievable. Look, Dot, look. Dot, look. This is I ordered this. I paid for this. And this is the picture that I got of my quote unquote soulmate. Can you believe? And the intensity of it, the hairline, even.
I just don't have the eyebrows.
Yeah, you don't have the big, but the only it's the only difference is the eyebrows, the jawline.
And show the other ones.
All right, so the other ones are this is my first one I got.
But that's a blue-eyed man.
Yeah, it's a blue-eyed man. Yeah.
The lips look okay.
I didn't think of you when I saw this.
So
but I definitely thought of you when I saw this. This is you.
Guide for what?
And then I'll show her the other one. This is the one. That's my favorite one. And honestly, these renderings, I thought this one and this one kind of looked alike. It's the blue eye. This is the more rugged
version. Are they your guardians or your twin flames or what?
Yeah. Soulmate. They do. Soulmates. They say we'll tune in and draw your soulmate and give you the story. I'm supposed to meet him at an Airbnb or at an inn. I'm supposed to meet him at a coffee shop. And they didn't say, I don't think they sent me. With this one, they said, don't share this with anybody who doesn't like you. So if Mel sees it, she'll probably put a spell on it and separate us forever. You see Lionel in the rugged one? You don't think this looks like Lionel? But Dot, this is Lionel right here. This is Lionel. I think this one is 100% Lionel. So now I'm glad maybe you blocked me, Lionel. Maybe you blocked my email. That's why. Or maybe I blocked your email. I don't think I blocked your email.
I think you blocked me, darling. You blocked me.
So if I block you, then I can't send you anything. I'll try to unblock you, but you've seen it now anyway. So that's all I wrote. Lionel, I wrote, do you think this looks like you? Am I crazy? What do you think? That's all I said. I think it looks so much like you. It's ridiculous. But this one, yeah, it's insane. This one's my favorite one.
This one is
Yeah.
more me.
This one? You think this one looks like you?
But this one, I actually have I have an old stepbrother, no, the stepsister who married a guy that looked just like this, and his name is David.
Really?
Can you handle it?
No, I see that.
Too many fucking Davids in the world.
Yeah, there's too many Davids, and they're always gay. All the Davids are gay. Or not all of them. Not all of them. I know one David that's not gay. Including 3 Dot Dave.
I hope so. I think your sister's Oh yes, you're right. He's the only non-gay David. But he does talk about this kid.
Oh God. No, 3 Dot Dave is definitely straight, but he loves to cross dress and he loves to wear his mini skirt and those red pumps. That's his 3-inch pumps is like his secret thing he does when he's walking around harassing me and others after he took his molly and he's all high on his ego and he struts around in those high heel shoes with a phone in his hand saying, bring it. Hit the motherfucking like, and then laughing really hard like it's the funniest thing on earth. That's him. So
yes.
I know I'm mad at Dave. I don't know if I'll ever speak to him again. Actually,
I know. Do you miss him?
No.
You miss him.
I don't miss Dave. I'm mad at him. No, I'm very mad at Dave.
Why?
Yeah.
Still.
Why?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm mad at Dave.
Wow, and why?
He took a position on the PCT thing that was so ridiculous, outlandish, gaslighting, and negative.
Oh.
And he did it twice, and he on a night where I wasn't in the mood to be. It's like
on your live, on your panel.
Okay, well, wait a minute. Oh, so actually I didn't let him up last time. He was in the chat. And he wanted to come up and harass me and pick a fight with me using PCT because I think he's trying to get me worked up about her so she can respond and get her chance. You know, she has been offline. She hasn't made a video in almost 3 weeks.
I wondered about her this morning. I wondered how she. I haven't seen her for a week
everyone
or two.
was worried.
Her or Leanie, did they go on holiday or something?
So Leanie went on a holiday. She's back. Leanie can be freaking hilarious. Oh my God, she can be funny. But she's rough too. She can be rough, and she's very sexual and sexy, and she's a tough little broad. Actually, I like her. I think she's funny as hell. But anyway, so she had me laughing so hard. She doesn't think women should be president. She's unabashedly honest about some things in a way that's really funny. She doesn't think women should be president. She doesn't give a fuck what anybody thinks. That she stood by that. I thought that was funny and interesting. And she, what else did she say that had me rolling? She went on a couple.
Definitely not Kamala. Please stop.
No, yeah, we can't. She's like, forget it. She goes, any woman is going to flip out and push the button and destroy the whole world over an emotion. So she thinks that women are too emotional. And she also, I agree with her on this. She also thinks.
Once you're a mother.
You also change when you're a mother, but that's true. But she also said that she thinks Americans have become wussies, and I agree with her. That we're all offended. She doesn't like that we're all offended over every fucking thing, and that everybody's a big baby now. And I agree with her on that. I have to say. Hold on, I'm just gonna check the chat and see what Dot said.
Well, the America's star sign is. And happy birthday to you. Happy Independence Day.
Thank you.
America is Cancerian. And the Cancerian is the most sensitive person you can find. Even though they have got a very thick shell, they're very highly offended. And when they're offended, hell have no fury,
it's
like a
ridiculous. We used to be
Cancerian that's
tough.
offended.
Look, I'm from New York. New Yorkers are not.
And that's
the-
America.
but
Yeah.
it's the old America. It's the rugged America. It's the don't fuck with me, fuck off America. Not the babyish, spoiled,
Ah,
oh, I have a feeling
old school.
America.
Yes.
You know? So I agree with her on
Yes,
that. And
yes.
she, she's a pretty hardcore Republican, I think. But anyway, what was I wanted to say something else about, was it Dave? Or anyway,
Yes.
Three Dot Dave was up on her
I do.
panel and they were talking penises, of course. And then it got boring after a while. I don't know. Dave gets, and then he came into my chat. He wanted to go on my panel, but he was gaslighting me about PCT. Oh, I want to tell you about PCT. So she kind of disappears.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So she disappears without a word for like almost 2
Well,
weeks.
she nearly chopped her finger off. She nearly chopped her finger off.
Her son did that. Not she didn't do that. Her son did that. They had a fight.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, you didn't know that. How did you think she?
I don't
chopped
know
her
how
finger
it
off?
happened.
All right, she was.
It
in a
was
fight
when I
with her?
burnt my thumb. Week before
Yeah,
my thumb.
you people shouldn't mess with me.
Shut
You
up
all
now,
lose.
shut up.
It's a sad shame. But anyway, so and I don't have to do a thing. It's like my ancestors take care of everything for me. I'm like, thank you. I just thank you. I love you, God. So anyway, I'm highly protected, darling. But you can go ahead and play as you will. It's fine. No, but she didn't talk to anybody. She didn't talk to anybody for almost 2 weeks, and I was actually like, where the fuck is Tina? And I was asking people privately, like Maria G. So what happened is they had a fight. She and her
Yeah.
son had a fight. She accidentally, when she was leaving his room after a yelling match, she accidentally brushed by his drum set, slightly shaking it. He flipped out and chased her out. And she didn't get out fast enough, and he threw his 161 pounds at the door to shut the door on her, and her finger got caught.
Wow.
And it was a fucking nightmare.
Oh.
She was screaming bloody murder, and the cops, and the ambulance, and she was down there waiting, screaming on the sidewalk. That was a long time ago. So that, then slowly she started, and she said that he might even get arrested. And she was hoping to God the cops didn't come and arrest him.
Well, that's domestic violence at its best. That's bad. He's a grown man. You don't do that. You don't do that. Yeah. But then she is also a troublemaker.
She made it.
She's a troublemaker.
She excused it as an accident, but obviously they had a fight, and they were having a yelling match because they fight a lot.
Yes.
In that apartment, and she's So then there's that. Then she's got that drama, and then she was reading A Course in Miracles.
They live on top of each other the whole time.
Yeah, it's an awful situation.
They live on top of each other. It's unhealthy. It's unhealthy.
It is. But he's got all these issues, and she needs his money. Well, she needs his rent check to pay the rent.
She's also got issues. Issues. Shame.
Oh, I think so. So the good news, my son is dating, and he finally met. He has he went on 2 dates with 2 different girls that he actually was excited about, both of them. So that was kind of cool for him. I'm happy that he's living life, and
congratulations.
He's got a new apartment. I know. I mean, he moved to a new apartment, and
is he in Vegas or Texas?
No,
he's in Vegas or Texas?
No, Boston. No, Boston.
Boston, so he's closer now. Okay.
He wasn't. Yeah, he's East Coast. He's back to he was in Arizona. He was in Phoenix.
Arizona, yes.
Yes. And
did he do the play? Did he do the
what?
play?
Wait, what?
You were talking a while ago that he was going to do a play. He might have got a part in a play.
No, my oldest daughter, the one who's got my grandson.
Oh.
She has been in 3 plays and sings every Friday night with all these theater people at this art center right near where she lives. So she's the one in all the plays. She is. He had 2 bands in Arizona, and then when he got to the East Coast, now he's got to put 2 new bands together. He's got to put new bands together. But he's a mover and a shaker. He gets out there and meets people, and he jams with people. And he took my youngest to Mexico, and on a secret little trip they went on, and within hours of arriving, I know, I was shocked. Within hours of arriving, he's made friends with the upstairs neighbors, and they're all up there jamming and playing music together. This is how he lives his life. He just goes around making music with people. He's really the coolest, very cool dude. I'm very proud of him. He's an incredible,
Very cool.
He's amazing. He's a Renaissance kid. He's interested in everything. There's no topic that he isn't interested in. So
and what's
fun.
beautiful is a Capricorn, so his head screwed on. He's got his head screwed on.
He's actually,
and of course, he's
Capricorn.
So.
Well, the thing about him is he's a little, he's got a little bit of the director crazy, but he's so self-aware that if he's acting, like my family, which is bipolar, borderline, all this bullshit, if you want to get into labels, which I'm not into, but you know what I'm saying. He's got a little bit of that, but he's so self-aware that he handles it. You know what I mean? He analyzes it. He self-analyzes. I mean, he's really got a lot of presence of mind. He's an incredible kid. And he also, both of my kids they're all into tarot now. It's really neat. But I just wanted to tell you about PCT. So she disappears off the face of the planet, doesn't contact anybody. No one knows what happened to her. I'm actually freaking out as much as anybody else because I'm like, where is she? Her son could have harmed her for all we know. So for days, her friends are you okay? Are you okay? How are you, Tina? Where are you? What's going on? And finally, she writes back, I'm okay, to one of the friends. That's all she says. I'm okay. 2 words. And that's it. So they're kind of pissed that she just disappeared without saying anything. And so she's just, hiding out. No one really knows what's going on with her, but she completely stopped making videos. She'll probably come back, but I don't know. So I thought, God.
Well, you know what? Team Rose, you can't be forced to go live. And if you're forced to go live, then it's not fun.
That's true.
You can't.
I agree.
So maybe she was feeling forced to go live.
She might be depressed.
Lini said it herself.
What?
When you are having dreams about being on YouTube, then you need to give YouTube a break. Lini said that. And I've had dreams. I was like, I'm swiping the next video.
Did you? I saw Kraken in her live. And I thought, oh, there's Mission trying to get on. Yeah.
Oh.
In fact, he was flirting with the women. He said something like, oh, I love a woman's collarbone. It's so sexy. And Lini was orgasming over that. She's like, oh my God, I'm getting turned on. Kraken, you are hot. And, she was doing all this sexy chat. And and he's like, oh, Maria, you're so beautiful. And he was just trying to love bomb everybody, trying to get in there. I actually think that Mission is a better writer than people give him credit for. I think he actually is capable. And also, I saw that Mission is playing around with different apps, some kind of language apps. And I don't know what they are, but for all we know, I've seen him. I saw him he goes to Mel's. I just saw him. He was in Mel's yesterday. How are you and he getting along? How come he's not over here? Are you guys fighting? Lionel?
Or he might be watching right now. We don't fight. Maybe I piss him off sometimes, but he never fights back with me. Never ever. He's
more likely to disappear.
If I say hi in Mel's, he always says hi.
Right.
He always. That's this is the problem when you go into a chat. And White Rabbit had this problem. That if you see me in somebody else's chat, don't say hello to me. And it's like, how you can't do that. That's why I know if Mel has got a live, then I don't dare go and say hi, Mel, because then everybody comes hello, 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 and then you've got to be nice, So you got to have at least 10 minutes to reciprocate the love and say hi to everybody else that's saying hi. And then you've been watching the chat and said, okay, doesn't look like anybody's here. I'm going to say hi. And then, no, everybody's there. Hi.
Yeah, I know. But it also, but what do you say that pisses off Mission? I thought you guys were love bombing each other the other day.
No, I had the one time I said to dot underscore and to Mission, I know that sometimes I just say things that will piss people off, especially Mary, Dot or Lucy and Mission, because they've got their own problems. And then I'm a lot like you. I just say things, and I'm more ask you, say please forgive me. But the one live I had Aaron on, and he said, Lionel, you're so horrible to Mission. And it's just that banter, that sports South African versus Australia banter that we do have as two countries. It's like a back and forth. It's like the British and the Americans. It's the same with South Africa and Australia. They're actually our biggest allies, but in sports, our biggest opponents. Oh, look who's here, your favorite. Jack Smith, your sock puppet account. You like Jack Smith? I thought he was you. I thought he was you.
No.
Yes, he is you. The way you laugh. It's your daughter.
Oh. Well, he's hot.
That's
Whoever
what I'm
it is,
thinking.
I like Jack. He's a fan of mine, so.
Yes, he defends you. He defended you.
He does. He does. Like you're supposed to, but you're too fucked up. But he does what you're supposed to do, so I'll take it. Hi, Jack. How are you? What's going on? He likes you too, actually. Jack.
No, I thought it was you speaking to me through Jack's sock puppet account.
Okay. Well, sure. I'll be Jack.
Because it was just a strange setup, but it seemed like maybe I'm wrong. It's because
you're wrong.
there was Max Smith that you booted me off that live because you were wishing Max Smith a happy birthday.
Yeah.
And so I thought, oh no, all these Smiths, the Smithity. And then I watched another video on YouTube, this Englishman talking about the hidden god of England, and he was Smithy. He was a smithy, he's a blacksmith. That's where the name Smith comes from. They were blacksmiths.
Okay, yeah, right.
Listen, I have to end this live now. I have to end us.
Oh, no, it's so
I'm so sorry. I know. All things good. All things.
All these wonderful people have come together briefly. We got 3 people here, or 4 people, or whatever.
2. We had 4 at one stage. Yes.
Well, maybe Jack never comes to my live stream, so I'm hoping. Why don't you ever come to my live streams, Jack? Where are you when I'm streaming? I haven't seen
Team Rose, you don't go live anymore.
I haven't been in the right frame. I've just been making videos like this. Okay, this morning I would have gone live if I could get any tech to do my morning live, but I couldn't, so I just made a video.
I know what you mean.
I just
it's
a lot of energy to go live. You know that. And you need to have a reason to speak. Otherwise, if you don't have an uplifting voice code, you should not be sharing your voice. That's how I feel about it.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Jack. He's so cute. I love him. He's your alter. He's what? Don't you love Jack? Come on, he's great.
Where are you from, Jack? Tell us your time in your state and your temperature.
Yes, Jack. Tell us your time and state. Where is he from? Did he leave?
No, he's still here. I'm sure he's the only one here. Or
He's
is
the
it
only
Dot?
one? What happened to Dot?
I think he's the only one.
Oh,
I've only got 2 watching.
Oh,
you the one.
Oh my goodness. Well, where the hell? Anyway, maybe he bounced away. I don't know. That's weird. Come back, Jack. We love you. Come back and say hello. We were only supposed to make
2 hours,
videos
48
for-
seconds. Darling, I have to go now. There. We're supposed to
God,
make
that's how I
videos
feel.
if we're uplifting. Well, fuck, lol. No, we don't have to make up.
Now, I'm not saying you
But
can't
Team
swear.
Rose needs to. Team
That's for
Rhodes
me.
needs to.
Yeah, it's my
Team
own
Rose.
rule. It's my rule for
Yeah.
me. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not. Anybody can do whatever they want. You see, when people can just go live whenever, I'm amazed by that because I have to.
You used to, but
No.
when you've got people coming in, when you've got 30 people in the chat in the first 2 minutes, that's fine because then you just go off the people talking in the chat. You don't have to. You just have to have a sentence.
But I
And
still
those
need to
people
feel.
chatting are going to give you ideas of what to talk about. So you just got to go live. You one of those
Yeah,
that
but
can
it's-
go live. You'll get instantaneous views. You'll get instantaneous chatters.
It's if you don't feel in the mood, and I'm super moody. If you don't feel in the mood, Dot's trying to laugh. Dot, honestly, oh poor Dot. Dot, your humor will save your ass. It's definitely helped me with my emotional issues. And one time I went to this therapist who was Dutch, and he said to me, he was a homeopathist. He was a famous guy. His name was Dirk, and he was like famous. He was this big bald guy, and he got me onto this lachesis, which is snake venom homeopathy. And it really was painful to take that fucking lachesis, and it made my pain much greater and much worse. And it was so agonizing. In fact, I felt like my body was on fire when I took it, and it was so agonizing. I couldn't handle it. I was screaming in pain, and I said, "What do I do?" He goes, "Put Tiger Balm on it to kill it because the menthol will stop the effect of the homeopathy trigger." So I happened to have some Tiger Balm, and I put Tiger Balm on it, and I put it on my body to help soothe it. And I mean, Dirk didn't tell me to do that, but it was somebody else who I just knew about it because I was in pain. I don't even think I knew, and I was in pain. And I said to him later, I said, I put Tiger Balm on my body because I was in agony. And he said, "Oh, you ruined it. You shouldn't have done that. You should have just rode it out. You should have suffered the pain because then you would have gone through all of that and you would have healed. But because you interfered with the Tiger Balm and the menthol with the healing process, you messed it up. So now you're gonna have to start all over."
But you know what, Team Rose? Remember, you went through you went through the phase with your videos and your lives with the castor oil. Did you know I have plenty Hindu customers, and I discussed it with my one guy. He said when he was growing up, when it was, I don't know if you know the Hindus, they have the festival of the lights, Diwali festival. And it's a cleansing festival where you go and you give food to the poor and you have a cleansing day and you clean yourself. But what they do, what the mothers did, is they would drop organic, not the synthetic, organic castor oil drops in the eyes. Yeah. And it clears the eyes. So I wonder, Dot, you've got glaucoma. I know that means that it's going frosty. Have you tried castor oil eye drops? What's she saying now? The only thing I've found so far has helped the glaucoma pain so far is guided meditation. I totally thought of you, Rose. Wow, that's amazing. Oh, Team Rose, yes, castor oil, but the organic, not the synthetic.
Yeah,
not the BP.
Yes.
Not the BP.
Also, look at this. I have let me show you something. Hold on a second. So this stuff here, right? Okay. This is in but this is a plastic bottle. So I can't use this. I have to throw it out because you're not supposed to put castor oil in plastic.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's got the dark amber, but it's plastic. So you can't use it because The castor oil absorbs all the plastic, so now it's ruined. But look how it says 99% natural, not 100%. So they probably
Yeah.
put some little tiny thing in here. And I was going to do a video on this. BHT. Oh my God, they put BHT in this fucker. Look at that. See?
No, it's the wrong one. It's the wrong one.
This BHT is the
This
one
is
that
wrong.
you got. Everything is good in here, right? Except for fragrance. You've got all these oils, and then at the very end, BH fucking T, which everyone knows is a bad toxin. So this is actually a little bit bad for you. Plus the plastic bottle. But look at all the
Yes,
different things
yes.
there. This should have one ingredient, but it's got all, and then BHT.
You see,
So
this
is how
is
they-
for your. This is mainly for your hair. This is mainly for your hair.
No,
It's
it's
premium
good
hair
for
oil.
everything. No, Lionel, it's good for your whole. Put it in your
No,
belly
but
button.
that bottle, that's
Yeah, not of
that
this
product,
bottle.
that product that you
Right,
got.
right. Well, no, because
Yeah, well, that
all right,
product
it says
is for your hair.
It says hair, but it's good. Castor oil is good for everything. You put it in your belly button. Put it in your belly button,
Yes.
Dot.
Yes,
And at night before you go to bed.
yes,
It's
yes.
it's for everything, guys. It's a magic oil. It's not just for your hair and your eyebrows. It's for, you can use it on your anywhere you need help. Put it. It's supposed to get rid of moles. It's supposed to be good for your eczema.
You just don't have to swallow it. But I do
You can
swallow
also
it.
drink it. No, you can have a little tiny taste. Not a.
Oh,
Don't drink a ton. It'll make you poop all night. But you can have a taste in your mouth. You can put it on your gums, and it will help your teeth and gums.
I like my
Um,
clove oil. I like clove oil.
Clove oil is
and
incredible.
eucalyptus.
That
Yes.
clove oil is amazing for your teeth and gums. And also, if you put a clove in your mouth every day and suck on it, it's supposed to give you incredible health benefits. I haven't been doing it, but
It takes aches and pains away in your internal body. You just put
Really?
a few drops. I put eucalyptus and
Mhm.
clove oil in my cup of coffee, but I drink black
Really?
coffee. Yes.
You like it with a clove taste? Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we have in winter. So I'm even putting it in my glue vine. Yeah. Listen, I have to end this now. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yes, we will have to.
I'm always I'm an hour behind.
Wait, before you go, how are you and Sippy getting along? Are you at odds still?
No, no. I reported her 100 times. It still doesn't mean anything, but I think she has lightened up a bit. She did send me something, and then I wanted to go and look at it again on a live stream, and then that video was taken down. But it wasn't about her; it was about summer and true crime. And but that video was also taken down. So I thought, oh shit, she was lining me up to get into trouble
She's
again.
a weird one when it comes to Summer Wells. She's
Yeah.
really weird. I think
She was trying to get. She was trying to get my channel taken down again.
bitch.
That's
I'm
you see,
against
if
that.
I had gone live with that shit, then I would have gotten that video taken down as well. So you just can't trust a snake.
You
You
can't.
can't trust a snake. They always bite.
So,
Okay, good night.
yeah.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
right.
Goodbye.
Good to
Goodbye.
see
I
you.
love you.
Good to
I love
see
you.
you.
I love you. I
Love
love
you.
you. I love you. I love you. Thank you very much. Bye
Love
bye.
you.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye,
Bye
hon.
bye.